Hi and welcome to the beautiful series of magazines from Eli Publishing in 7 languages: English, French, German, Spanish and Italian. They all have different levels, and there's a magazine for Latin and one for Russian. Now, the great thing about magazines, of course, is they're topical. Course books do only so much, but they are really only a roadmap, aren't they, to produce new language, practice the new language and then move on. So magazines are a great way to revise the language, of course, scaffold into reading, but they're topical. Course books can date quite quickly if we're not careful, so magazines can follow year round and do that for us. So let's look at some of the benefits quickly to see why should we take the extra time and spend some money on the magazines. Well, magazine appeal is really attention grabbing for the students. Photos and the design of the magazines will make it feel less like an English lesson. Young people really want to see the topics that interest them, don't they? They don't really want to sort of be given grammar lessons all the time unless we can hide it perhaps in some of the subjects that appeal to them, and as you can see, maybe teach them a thing or two about other subjects on the curriculum or culture as well, which is really ideally what we're doing in ELT. That real world connection is vital. Magazines will do that, and of course they can be supplemented in different ways. You can use them more or less, or it could be a treat on the Friday, or it could be that kind of homework. They can be used in so many different ways, and I think that's vital because we can break up the monotony perhaps of just going through a syllabus too much. It motivates the students and maybe gets them to think about their topics in a bit more depth, or maybe feel that they are interested in English in a way they didn't realize until they saw their favorite topic. So the magazines go round the year from September to June, and in the teaching units there's vocabulary and grammar, and they're introduced with little illustrated dictionaries, and language is recycled and repeated in the articles, and there's some comic strips in the lower level and the younger ones as well. Now, culture is really important, isn't it? We want the students to feel English isn't just a subject for testing and for grammar, but as a whole world of people out there using English as a first language, as a foreign language, as a second language. And the magazines can really do that, and at the same time they can introduce maybe celebrities and famous people. That really does draw in the student, and of course you can see the opportunity there where the students can read about the lives, the routines, the descriptions of their favorite celebrities or the ones they don't like, and of course they can use that language and compare it to their own and use that as a sort of template to learn to use English in their own way. Grammar is a symbol that indicates the grammatical points at different parts and pages of the magazines. Now you can see an example from Let's Start. There you have all the English titles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 titles, all mapped to the Common European Framework. There you can see the levels down there. You can pause this video, of course, at any time, or print out this slide and see how those levels match up to the titles. You can also download a catalogue from the website, which I'll show you at the end. Here are the French titles, and there are the levels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 titles for French. You have 4 titles for German, and there are your levels. And there we have Spanish, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 levels mapped to the Common European Framework down there, up to upper intermediate, as you can see. So very, very low level, these magazines, working their way up to the higher levels. And the same with Italian, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 levels there. The mapping is down in the corner, so that takes you right up to the advanced level. There's the Latin one, which is at the lower level, A1, A2, and there is the Russian one, which I believe is pronounced Divai, which means let's do something, or let's go, and that's A2 to B1. So the English magazines are set out like this, and I'm just going to look at these a bit more closely because this video is more geared to our colleagues in the ELT world. There again I'm mapping the Common European Framework levels to each of the different titles: Tot, Teen, Kid, Let's Start and Ready. And as you can see here, Ready is for absolute beginners, and you know, I used to use magazines a lot as a teacher and a trainer. You can even teach with the cover. Sometimes you can ask students to look at the cover and turn it over, and can they remember what they saw on the cover? Could they even draw illustrations from what they saw? You can do so much, and the teacher's notes with the magazines will help you do that. So here's some examples as we go through the different levels of English titles. This one is from Let's Start. This is from A1, A2, elementary. This one's about sports and a pug dog doing sport. That's good. Look at that. If you show that picture to students, you've got their attention and they're going to want to know what's going on, and then they can talk about their pets. Zoo fitness. Brilliant. Tot. You can see there immediately the impact of teaching culture. Here it's British culture, but the magazines cover all world cultures. It's not a British thing. It's all about the world of English and the different cultures and festivals perhaps. And remember, as magazines go round through the year, we can follow some of those festivals as we go. And here we can see an example from Tot. And remember, of course, you can do the whole page, or you can just choose bits of pages. And of course, kids know what magazines are. They like to choose their own thing. So you might ask the students what they want to do when they read the different pages and come back the next day and talk about them. Lots and lots of opportunities for project work as well. There's Kid, Intermediate, B1, B2. This one's looking at great writers. What's this down here? Hidden Secrets of the World's Most Famous Monuments. Brilliant. So, familiar territory if you're using course books, but this might just make it a bit more real and connected to the world around us. Teen is for the B2, C1, upper intermediate students. And there we have something on a celebrity. And World Pasta Day, which I didn't know, is on October 25th. So again, a good example of how these things could be in course books, but some things might be in the news and they could go in the magazines and be something that really brings the lesson to life. Teacher's notes, as you would hope, are with the magazines. They're free. You can get them through the website, which I will show you at the end. And it has the syllabus, photocopyable activities, assessment, all sorts of things to support your journey. So you go to the website and you choose the title of the language magazine that you want, and away you go. There's some examples, multiple pages, some introduction, exercises, photocopyable ideas, loads of preparation done for you. A lot of teachers will look at the magazine pages, and if you're inexperienced, you might not know how to exploit it. So that's perfect as an add-on for the magazines, as indeed is the audio, which you can use. You can download the magazine audio, or you can go to Eli Link, which is an app, a free app, and when you put in the title in the app and hold the app camera, the phone camera, over the page, it will bring up the audio for you, and the students can do that too. There's also a teacher's pack which you can now get, which is new, and you can find out all about that in the catalogue and online. And of course, to remind you that they are printed and sent directly to your home or to your school. Amazing, okay? Course books don't do that, magazines do, and I think that's also something you would look forward to, especially if you're a kid. I remember when I was a kid, we had magazines coming into the school for different topics, and I would always feel quite excited by that. And we cannot underestimate the value of that gift coming into the classroom, which in fact is learning material. But again, it's great to sweeten the pill, don't we think? So this is what the homepage looks like if you go to elionline.com/Eli Language Magazines and find out all about them. And we hope you really enjoy these fabulous resources.